The 7 most common dieting mistakes. When it comes to dieting, it's not enough just to follow a healthy type of diet. The truth is it's much more complex. Today we want to share some of the most common mistakes people often make when dieting so you can avoid them. Write down these tips and see how your next diet plan is much more effective. Weighing yourself too often. Try to keep in mind that your body weight can vary considerably throughout the day as you consume food and burn calories, so don't obsess over the scale. In addition to that, you should always use the same scale at the same of day, and preferably naked to avoid weighing your clothing items as well. This will keep you from feeling anxious when you notice that the scale doesn't indicate the weight you would like to see. Your friend's diet might not work for you. Although some believe that every diet will affect each person in the same way, that's not necessarily true. It could be that a friend or family member had a good experience with a diet, while for you it had almost no effect. Don't forget that everyone's body will react differently to a diet. You also shouldn't obsess about the number of meals you eat in a day. Of the 5 meals that are recommended when you're on a diet, the 3 most important are breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you don't eat healthily, you won't lose weight. Vary your food. If you have a salad every day for dinner, no doubt you'll wind up feeling bored. Remember that the more variability you have with your ingredients, the less you'll feel like you're on a diet. This is important when it comes to sticking with your diet and enjoying it more, because it's something that directly affects your willingness to continue it. Being on a diet doesn't mean you can't have fun with food and preparing it, so mix new ingredients together and be innovative. Obsess about exercise. Exercise is a fundamental part of weight loss and must be combined with dieting, but don't obsess over it. While it's essential to losing weight, you need to balance the calories you eat and the routine you get into at the gym. Don't make exceptions. Sharing a dessert or having a pastry during a work meeting could be somewhat minor, but don't forget that you need to remain as firm as ever. If you don't think you can do it, it's best not to break your resolve when you've worked so hard to follow your diet. This can help you avoid the temptations to break your routine and with it all the meals you've spent so much effort in making. Prevention is much better. Hydration, one of the keys. Staying hydrated is always important, but even more so if you're on a low-calorie diet. The best thing to do is to drink 2 liters of fluids a day, either water or a combination of water and low-calorie drinks, or vegetable broth. Of course, don't exceed 4 liters a day because you'll wind up eliminating many minerals through your urine and causing your kidneys to work harder than they should. Consult with a professional and trust your diet. There are other factors that can influence this ratio, however, such as fluid retention and having your period. Although these are temporary situations, they can mask the results of your diet.